Good morning, guys. What's going on? I really want to jump on video and share an honest, this won't be easy for me to share, but I want to share it. I felt the call to share it after a post I just put up on my Facebook, and so we're going to do it. I wanted to share the real reason I shut down my sales agency and why I left sales and went absolutely kind of off the grid for 2 years in the business sense. So I want to share my experience with that, and I want to share what I've learned because this is going to give you a very honest look into I guess what to do, what not to do if you're going through a bit of a what some people call a quarter life crisis. So I don't know whether I've actually documented this at all, but here it is. If you've heard it before, maybe fast forward the video. Basically, 2020, January, I had plans to kind of grow the business and do what we were doing. Business was actually doing quite well. Had a team of 5. We were running the appointment setting business where we had clients give us leads and we were calling them for them and, setting appointments. We were closing deals still for a few clients, but we were winding up that business. Basically, the independent closers was going to become an appointment setting business, appointment setting agency, and a sales training company. And I remember in January 2020, I had begun to really struggle with depression, anxiety, stress. I was really overweight and I'd heard COVID was coming. So I started to get quite scared. Truthfully, I never said this to my team. I even lied to some of my clients at the time when I fired them and said, look, we can't work together. I didn't tell them that the business was shutting because I was too ashamed. I lied to them and said, look, I'm bringing on bigger clients. We need to let you go. But basically, it was around that time because of my mental state that I said, nah, I'm done. I can't operate like this. I'm feeling so shitty, right? So all of 2020 and all of 2021, I created two rap albums. I did a few odds and ends here and there to keep some money coming in, but I left the business world, and part of me was actually convinced that I'd never come back, that I wasn't an entrepreneur, because I was like, I'm too depressed and stressed to do this. It must not be in me. So I spent 2 years trying to make myself feel better. And I tried everything, guys. I did music full time. I thought that was going to do it. I'm like, well, if I'm just kind of getting by, living in Bali, that's why I moved to Bali also for a relationship at the time. But I went for that relationship basically because it was something to make me feel better. And I thought it was going to work out. Because there was a bit of history with this particular person. But anyhow, that's a separate thing. But I wanted to share that because that kind of flows on with what I'm talking about in this video. So, I was making music. I left Australia in the midst of a bloody pandemic. I did things to make me feel better, to help me go. I'm feeling so just fucked. I wake up every day, feeling really depressed, anxious, stressed, angry. I don't know what the hell's going on. So, I hired so many mindset coaches and healers, guys. Through lockdown, if I wasn't rapping and writing songs, I was meditating for 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day, sometimes 4 hours a day. You'd have to be fucking out of your mind to think that meditating for 4 hours a day is actually going to make you feel better. It does in the moment, but then when you're done and you're back out living, it comes back, right? So I'm doing all these things, and then one of my longtime friends, we started talking to each other, and of course we realized that there might have been some feelings between us. So I went for her to Bali, and like I'm doing all of these things to try and escape these feelings, right? And I thought, well, if I just go here, it's going to be better. It's going to be better. And I'm chasing. All last year, Bali. Eventually, Bali's a beautiful place, man. For the right person, I think, you know, it's a great spot to live. But for me, like eventually Bali started to become like, shit, nah, I'm starting to feel these feelings again. I go to Italy, I go to America, I go to Spain, I'm in Paris, and I'm still fucking depressed. 2 years. And then I finally, truthfully, this is me being as honest as I can, truthfully, I come back to Melbourne because I was running out of money. And I was ashamed, man. I had all of this cash in reserves from the stuff I'd done in my last business, and it allowed me to basically gallivant around and not worry. But I had to come back because finally, I've realized I'm like, these savings are dwindling, and I'm not going to be able to make it around the world anymore. I can't keep up with this lifestyle. And when I came back here, guys, I was faced with reality. I'm like, dude, you are running and running hard. What's really going on? And the truth was, I knew I had dreams. I knew I had this music part to me. I knew I had this teacher, coach. I knew I had this podcast of this guy. For some of you, you've been following me since the Game of Sales days. I knew I had all of these parts. I want to be a husband. I want to be a father to kids. I want to have this big house out overlooking the ocean. Like, there are all these things that I knew were in me that I wanted. But when I look around, when I came back here, it was the first time I actually felt it, and I saw it. I go, there's no business. There's no wife. There's no music that you're really proud of. You've written all these rap songs that are just not you. It was that realization. I'm like, fuck, what am I doing, man? I'm not vibing to this. And I had to face the reality that for 2 years, I had ran around the globe and Australia trying to find myself, trying to, work out what's this key to life? What's this happiness that I'm looking for? And I'm so grateful. I've got to check the time because I'm about to actually jump on a coaching session with a client. But anyhow, still got time. I am so grateful that I came across my coach, Inga, around the time that I was coming back from Melbourne. And I learnt the structures and the frameworks to connect to my heart, to connect to my dreams, to what's really on my heart. Like, what do I actually want to create? And once it's done, I will look at it and go, yeah, and just look back after it's done and really go like, this is it. Like, I thought I had those moments when my albums came out over the last 2 years, but that feeling went away really quick. Like, I think I got seen by some people, and they go, dude, this song's sick, or yeah, fuck, Jordan's making music, make a big hoo-ha. But eventually you look back and, in the music in like 2 months, 3 months, and you go, what the fuck, man, this is fucking shit. Like, I'm not proud of this. So I wanted to break that. And I didn't want to build another business that I hated running. I didn't want to do that. I was terrified. I had all these business ideas, but I was terrified. I'm going to build this thing up and I'm going to be in it and I'm going to hate it. The money side of it, yeah, it was important, but it wasn't like I've made good money before. I've made lots of money. So it was like, I don't want to just chase a 7-figure business. I don't want that, right? So anyhow, I learned these structures, and what were in these structures, what my heart really wanted to create, what I started to see was quite intimidating. At first, I'm like, oh man, it's a coaching business. Oh man, I'm writing a book and it's a fiction book. Oh shit, I'm back into music. You know, there were a lot of things that I had tried, but I was like, oh shit, man, this is the feeling, all the depression, you know, all these intense feelings. But then I learned how to see the story, how to see the negative beliefs, how to see the unconscious stories that I was telling myself that was dragging me down. And I learned how to then refocus that attention on the true vision, right? Because, guys, the truth was my sales agency actually wasn't a bad business. You know, now, is it in my highest truth to run it? No, absolutely not. But at the time, could I have willed my focus to see a different vision for the agency that was more inspiring and just more me? Yes, absolutely. And I wouldn't have tortured myself for 2 years trying to find the next thing that I was going to run or that I was going to create. Right. But I didn't. I'm like, I need to fix my feelings first. And then once I'm feeling good about myself again, I'll come back. That only created more emptiness, is basically what I'm trying to say in this video. For 2 years, I tried that. And in a mere 7 months, since I've been back here in Melbourne, in a place that I defined as living hell. It's fucking shit. It's cold. I hate this place. There's just so much crap that I've felt here. I've been here 7 months, and man, my life has completely changed. I don't have everything that I want. I'm not here to brag to tell you that I'm running this massive business with a team and, you know, I can go and spend all the money that I want. No, that is far from the reality, to be like really honest, to be truthful. But the work that I am doing with my clients, the book that I am writing, the friends that are now coming into my life, the music that I am now making after all this time, it is like, holy shit. This is living true creative expression. It's true for me. You know, and and like even the sales training program I've written and I'm about to roll out with a team in Canada, right? There's the first client coming through for that. Amazing, right? Really, really excited about it. But like I have a look at it. I have a look at all of this and I go, this is me. This is me. Like I haven't picked up a book and followed and looked up to some expert and gone, I really want that life, and chased all this stuff that I thought was cool. I haven't looked at Instagram and felt jealous about people that are over in, I don't know, in Bali, drinking coconuts on the beach saying, I've got a business that set me free. Whatever, that's great if that's for you. But what I've realized is this life that I'm living now is 100% me. And I would never, ever recommend it to anyone else. I would never say you should live my life. You'd have to be fucking insane. We'd have to be the same person, which is impossible. But what I am convinced on and why I wanted to record this video, and I'll leave it on this, is I believe that everybody should have a life that is 100% their heart. 100% their heart. And nobody can tell you how, like the steps. Do this, do that, do that, do that thing. Nobody can tell you that. But what I have learned is that people can guide you. People can help you see what it is you truly want. People can help you see the stories, the feelings, the things that are going on in your unconscious that come up to sabotage your dreams. That's what I do now. My sales training program, the first thing I say in it, right? The first thing that I plan to say in it, because this is the first time I'm delivering it to a team, is we're going to start talking about you, so eventually we don't make it about you. That is one of the most powerful things I think you can say to a sales team. Let's work on you so we stop working on you. Because sales isn't personal. None of it is personal. None of creating success in life. I truly believe it is not personal. It's not about our feelings. It's not about our thoughts. It is about the structure. It is about the end result, willing yourself to create the thing, the book, the business, whatever it is, so that when you have it, you're like, wow, that's me. That's me. And I'm very, I'm fired up about this morning, guys. I'm fired up about it because I want you to hear me. I want you to hear this journey that I've been on. And I want you, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, if you're a salesperson, like, yeah, I feel that life really is about true creative expression. That's what I feel it is for me. And if you're watching this and you've resonated with the story, okay, I want you to ponder, what is it that's really on my heart that I want to create? That is the most powerful question you can ever ask yourself. And if you're not sure, then you need get guidance. Get guidance. You don't need to go and see someone that's gonna, help you remove stress or anxiety so you can see it. You need to be taught how to connect to the part of you that knows, because there is a part of you that knows. So I've learned, right? And when you connect to that part of you, what I've seen happen in my life, things just come. Things come. You still need to take action. I'm not saying you sit on your ass and you go, oh, I want $1 million. I want $1 million, $1 million shot. No. What I've experienced is you see the thing you actually want. You then use that part of yourself, the superconscious part of yourself, the intuitive part of yourself, to continue focusing on that and to take action on the things that come into your life, the action steps that become obvious, to go, all right, I'm going to make this move. Then, things start to miraculously happen around you. Okay. Yeah, that's the message for today, guys. The punchline, it's not about how you feel. That's what I'm really trying to share here. It's not about how you feel. It's not about how you feel about yourself. You have to own it. You have to own it. That's what I've learned. I had to own it. I had to come back here to Melbourne, where it all started, to own it, to see it. Still happening now, because I do want to leave eventually. But you also have to realize that you're owning it, so you realize that it doesn't mean anything. The feelings, the thoughts, all of it doesn't mean anything. All that matters is where you're going. You have to know where you are. You have to know the feelings, but you own it to realize it doesn't mean anything, man. I don't need people to diagnose me or tell me to resolve this or to do a process on this stuck emotion on my heart. No. I know that's there. I can feel it. That's important. But I'm focused. I'm focused on what I want, and I'm using inspired action to get there. That's a training. That's a framework to live your life by. It literally is. It's a structure, and you get the most weird and wonderful ways to really create the thing that you want. Anyhow, it's called creative development, guys. That's what everything I'm talking about here. This is creative development. This isn't personal development. This isn't fixing yourself, healing. This is creative development. This is a modality to live your life from your heart. Okay. And that's what my business is about now. One-on-one clients in my sales training program. It's about closing deals naturally and more frequently, because I think that when you sell like yourself and you sell from your heart, that's what happens. You don't need to pretend to be someone you're not so that you can convince someone to buy from you. It's just ridiculous, right? Anyhow, that is it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, we will chat another time. Something comes up. All right. Catch you later.